Morning and a cheery but chilly spring day here in the Pacific Northwest. I am your island ranger. My name is Steve, and hope you'll join me for my shenanigans up in the islands this summer. I'm a seasonal park ranger up there. Behind me you see my 22-foot Arima. That's my commuter vessel that I use to get from my home here in Port Townsend up to the San Juan Islands for my work week. So I've made that crossing about 200 times across Juan de Fuca, Admiralty Inlet, up through Rosario into the Strait of Georgia and on to Susha. And I've always wanted to show friends exactly what the conditions are like, tell them what I've learned about making that trip. And so now that I got this GoPro, I thought this is a chance to share it. I could never get a decent video on a cell phone. So this is my spring training. I'm getting last stages of washing the outside of the boat. I'm going to take it to the marina and splash it, hopefully tonight, and then I'll clean up the inside. Commuting up Sunday nights, coming home on Thursdays. Unfortunately, I can't depend on using the boat for every trip. I can make it in about 2 hours in the boat. The Washington State Ferry takes anywhere from 4 hours to 2 days. So I prefer to take the boat, but sometimes I have to take the ferry. What I've learned over the last 5 years of doing this is my one principal skill is I know when not to go. Lots of people go across the strait. There's probably some people here in town that have done it more times than I have. I've done it 200 times. I'm sure the skipper of the Puget Sound Express, and the whale watching boats that run out of here do it more times. They do it every day in the summer, but they're doing it in a small ship. I'm doing it in a 22-foot boat. So I know a lot of people do go out to Susha in small boats. I see you out there. And if you've never done it before, I think I might have some things to share on the series of videos about when to go and when not to go. I'd also like to take you out to Susha. I'll show you where I live during the week in an off-the-grid cabin, kind of cool, and give you a view of Susha that you've probably never seen before. I know there's some good videos out there, people that have gone to Susha. There was a couple on Nordhaven a couple years ago. They made a great series of videos on Susha, but I have a slightly different look at it. So I look forward to taking you there. I'm also going to take you to Patos, Mesha. We'll go to Clark, go around the corner to Doe Island. We'll go down to James Island, and we'll go to Saddlebag and Burroughs. Each one is unique. Each one has its own charms. They're pretty special. Some people say the San Juan Islands are the gems of Washington State. That may be true, but the outer islands from Stewart all around the outside, the islands with no ferry service, that's the Diamond Tierra of the gems. It's really a beautiful spot, and we'll take a close look at it. I guess the only other thing I would add, since I can't do the boat, I've always had plan B. I take a car up there, an island car, and if I have to, I get on the Washington State Ferry and attempt to come home. Since COVID, it's gotten to be pretty rough. The ferries get canceled. There's not enough crews. We're only down to one boat in Port Townsend going across to Coupeville. So I have got a new plan B, and that is going to be, I'm going to take the mighty 500X Honda up to Susha this year. And the thing I've noticed, and you probably have too, I've ridden the ferries for years, but they always find room for another motorcycle. So while I'm sitting in the line, missing ferry after ferry, I could be home if I go on my motorcycle. So I guess that's what I'm going to do. I don't want a pickle in the ferry line. I'm going to ride my motorcycle, or I'm going to take this boat. So, and I will say a little bit about this boat. This is the Arima 22-foot boat. It's old. It's a 1999 model. It's extremely seaworthy. If you're going to go out and cross Juan de Fuca, you just don't do it in, I wouldn't do it in anything less than this. But I really like this one. There's some other good 22-foot boats out there, the Sea Sports and the I won't name them all. You know what they are. You can do your own research on that. But I like this Arima boat. It's really solid. The other thing about it is I'm very fond of is this 200 horse Evinrude 2-stroke outboard. It's the end of the 2 strokes. It's got oil injection, E-Tech, it's computer driven, meets all the pollution standards. Really a fabulous engine, very low maintenance, easy to get along with. Unfortunately, tragically if you ask me, Evinrude quit making outboards during the pandemic. But that's neither here nor there. I have this one. I'm hoping it'll see me out. And I guess I'll just finish with this. Just let you know that my ambition in going to work every year is to become the world's oldest park ranger. That was a distinction held by Betty Soskin for many years. Most of us thought it was untouchable, but Betty retired at 102 years old. And while I'm not 102, I'm closing in on her now that she's retired. So, okay, I'd like to stay and talk. I got work to do. I got to get this boat ready. See ya. Let's get her done. Oh, you're a big help, Gracie. Thank you so much.